Next on Worcester News tonight, the city gearing up for St. Patrick's Day, how the Irish community is preparing. Plus, a ceremony and dedication in honor of Massachusetts State Trooper Thomas Clardy 2 years after his death. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Brittany Schaefer. We are just hours away from St. Patrick's Day and the city is ready. Whether you are Irish or not, thousands will be celebrating in the city Saturday. Worcester has deep roots within the Irish community and the wearing of the green is on full displays at restaurants and parties. Our Gretchen LaRosa has the story.
Preparations are underway for St. Patrick's Day celebrations in Worcester. Whether it's indulging in food and drink or honoring traditional song and dance, there is sure to be a variety of all things Irish.
And a hand of friendship across the globe to all those who are both Irish by birth, descent or association.
Brendan O'Connor, originally of Limerick, Ireland, says his restaurant will see roughly 2,000 guests for tomorrow's festivities.
Great day to celebrate, and that's what we're here for. It's not just about green beer and shamrocks, it's about so much more, and everything that's Irish is on the table for tomorrow.
While eating, drinking, and parades are popular St. Patrick's Day activities, some say they like to acknowledge the history itself and where the culture came from.
For me, it's a day to celebrate our Irish heritage. I mean, we do enjoy a drink, but it's more than that. And the AOH, we're proud of our culture, and we're proud of everything we've gone through.
The Hibernian Cultural Center is expecting to feed 600 guests the traditional boiled dinner. Mark Scanlon will be working, but he'll be having fun.
It's a nice thing to do, especially on St. Patrick's Day, you know. I would like to be on the other side with them, but you know what? It's work, and we love it.
And you don't have to be Irish to enjoy the day.
Young kids today will say to their fathers, will say to their fathers and mothers, "Dad, am I really Irish?" And the father will turn around to them if he's a real Irishman and say, "Be quiet, son, and finish your whiskey."
Along with the venues we spoke with, there are going to be celebrations across the city this weekend, including Worcester's very own Wormtown Brewery, which will be celebrating their 8th birthday tomorrow. Brittany, back to you.
Looks like fun. Thank you, Gretchen. Worcester County held its St. Patrick's Parade last Sunday. Organizers say it was one of the largest turnouts ever, with close to 100,000 people gathering on Park Ave. The parade featured floats, animals, and performances. And if you missed seeing the St. Patrick's Parade, you still have the chance. We will have an encore presentation of our live coverage tomorrow at noon and 7 o'clock. Worcester Public Schools holding memorial services for the victims of the Parkland, Florida school shooting. Worcester Public Schools tweeting out these photos saying they are proud of high school students who led, organized, and participated in whole school memorial services and kindness days in honor of Marjorie Stoneman Douglas students. The photos feature walkouts to protest gun violence and bouquets of flowers in the shape of hearts. Worcester Schools also tweeting this video of a student performing the song, "I Will Remember You."
I will remember you. Now will you remember me? Don't let your life pass you by.
Worcester Tech students in the background of the video are holding banners with the name of the students who lost their lives on February 14th. Today marks 2 years since Massachusetts State Trooper Thomas Clardy was killed after being struck on the turnpike by a driver prosecutors say was impaired. The veteran trooper and father of 6 was honored Friday in Charlton. Our Chandler Walsh was there and she has the details.
State Trooper Thomas Clardy's wife and 6 children look on as he's remembered. Clardy was killed in the line of duty 2 years ago today. A memorial stone and bridge over the Massachusetts Turnpike in Charlton are now dedicated in his honor.
He will be remembered by everyone who comes upon this memorial, or travels this bridge for generations to come.
Speakers remembered Clardy as a wonderful husband, father, trooper, military veteran, and human being.
Tom Clardy was a great guy. Over and over again, that was the message. It never varied. was never qualified.
Clardy was killed when a driver slammed into his cruiser while conducting a traffic stop. Lieutenant Michael Smith says he saw him an hour before and wished he had more time.
If I had 5 more minutes with Tom Clardy, I'd tell him how much I respected him, admired him. I'd tell him how much I respected his commitment to this uniform and this fine organization. More importantly, how much I respected his commitment to Reeser and his children.
Lieutenant Smith says Clardy was a strong man and a gentle soul. He says he hopes Clardy's memory lives on and young troopers carry on his work ethic and kindness.
He treated, whether he had somebody under arrest or they were broken down roadside or on the phone, he treated everybody with respect and compassion. Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.
Worcester police unveiling a new substation in the spot where the city has reported the most drug overdoses. The department will now have 24-hour surveillance at Union Station and surrounding areas. Our Rosalind Clardy got a first-hand look at the new precinct. She has the story.
Hub in Worcester, and now travelers will start seeing more police officers in the area.
We get a lot of calls here. We spend a lot of time here. We spend a lot of time on the common.
Friday, the department announced a new precinct is open inside Union Station. Officers will have a 24-hour presence here as well as patrolling downtown.
It's a place to just do your roll call, get your strategy for the day, and get out into the public and do the police work.
City Manager Ed Augustus says with new businesses, hotels, and apartments opening downtown, this precinct will help people feel more safe. The train station is open to the public about 20 hours a day, and police say it's the city's #1 location for overdose incidents.
There's about 1,400 people who come through here every day. It's appropriate that we kind of put a more kind of concentrated and visible police presence and use this as a base of operation.
According to Worcester police statistics, nearly all categories of crime were down in 2017 in the city, including robberies and break-ins. Chief Stephen Sargent says the increase in presence downtown will be important in keeping the trend going.
They're working hard, working with the community. I think the manager keyed on relationships, our relationship with the community. The community trusts us. They feel very confident to come and give us feedback on what's going on in their community.
Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
St. Vincent Hospital unveils a new surgical robot Friday. It is the first of its kind in central Massachusetts. Da Vinci Xi surgical system robot is the latest in surgical and robot technology. It uses a minimally invasive approach for surgeries, making it easier on patients. A surgeon is 100% in control of the robot, and it can be used in areas such as urology, gynecology, and general surgery.
In many cases, the patients are able to go home the same day of the operation. The advantage is that there are no big cuts anymore, not in the thorax or not in the abdomen or in the pelvis, but with very tiny little incisions, patients tend to do really well.
The robot cut the ribbon in the celebration. The hospital started using the robot in January and has already completed 70 surgeries, and they say they've had excellent outcomes. It is a big day for medical students across the country who are finding out where they will begin their careers. And as our Anna Botari explains, Match Day at UMass Medical School is an exciting and emotional time for students and their families.
Medical students and their families pack the UMass Medical School's lobby Friday, anxiously awaiting to open the letter determining where they'll be for at least the next 4 years of their life.
The fact that you match at the place you're matching at today means that a patient will be lucky enough to be cared for by you.
Some students we spoke with were doing a couples match, meaning they're both hoping to be matched to a program together, so there was double the anticipation.
It's like the next step in our lives and our careers and the next step together, and I can't imagine doing it with anybody else, so at least a couple match guarantees us together, and that's the most important thing.
No matter where we match, that we'll be at least in the same program. And therefore we'll be able to be together for where we live, in the hospital, if we want to get lunch together, like you name it, we'll be there for the next 3 to 4 years.
Whether students were waiting for 2 matches or 1, you could feel the excitement in the room. For one student, the journey to this day began right here in Worcester.
I went to North High, right down the street from here.
Jonathan Quang graduated from North High School and went to Boston University. After college, he was able to come back home and complete his 4 years of medical school.
I'm coming through the same system that brought me up, and now I have a chance to give back, or I had a chance to give back, and it's a really rewarding experience to go back to my same high school, talk to kids that were in my position 10 years ago.
Upon opening his letter, Quang discovered for the first time in his life, he'll be venturing outside of New England.
I'm matched into emergency medicine. I'm going to be in Reading, Pennsylvania. Super excited, and I'm going to be doing emergency medicine, so a lot of adrenaline all the time.
He has some advice for other Worcester Public School students hoping to also become a doctor one day.
Just know yourself, know your strengths, your weakness, be honest with yourself, work really hard, and nothing is off limits.